So what I'm gonna do is just tell you guys about me, because you guys might follow me on Twitter, you might subscribe to my YouTube, but you don't really know who I am. You don't know my story, you don't know where I've been, what I've been doing the past couple of years, so I'm just gonna go through all that. First, I wanna start with currently today. I'm 16, on track this month to make like 25 bands. Last month I made like 15K. The month before I made like 5. The month before that I made 0. So this is my kind of story. About a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, I started dropshipping. I've always been in like a mindset where I wanted to do everything. I started dropshipping. Didn't work at all. Got like one sale in my store, fucking failed that shit. I'm not good at dropshipping. I kind of fuck with dropshipping though. I might go back to it just for fun, but just to practice ads. But yeah, I'm terrible at dropshipping apparently. I switched to, what did I do next? I tried to have a marketing agency for a little bit. Didn't get a single client. And when I say like a little bit, like these are monthly things. Like I did dropshipping probably 4 months and I didn't get any sales. I did this marketing agency for months and it didn't work. Then I started a clothing brand probably around the same time right now, but last year. So I started a clothing brand and I mean, it took off. Like it was doing okay. I sold out my first drop. I sold out my second drop. The thing is, I made like no money. So my margins were so slim. I was spending so much that I almost made like $0. And then everything that I did make went away because the last drop that I did was like a Travis Scott t-shirt and it didn't sell very well. I lost like the money that I made. So I was back at square one with like $500 in my bank account. Didn't know what I was gonna do. And over the summer I was still doing this, but start of the school year, like September, I was still 15, all the way up until like January, February, my bank account was just going down and down and down because there was no money coming in. All the money was going out on like food and shit like that, like everything I ever bought. So money was going down, down, down. And February, I distinctly remember like middle February, I was biking and I was just thinking to myself, like, what am I gonna do? There needs, like I was asking, like I need an opportunity, some sort of opportunity of any kind. And it took a little bit. By the end of February, I got a text from this guy named Jar. And I used to work with Jar in our clothing brand stuff. And Jar's pretty good at his clothing. He makes like 300 bands a month or something. Jar's good. But he sent me a text. We hadn't talked in probably 6 months. And he said, yo, you wanna make some money? I think that's the message he actually said, yo, you wanna make some money? And it was just coincidence that I got the text. And I was like, yeah, bro, of course I do, what's up? And he told me about DM setting, and he said that him and a guy named Yad are partnering up to make an offer. He sent me their way. I started DM setting. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where you text people on Instagram and you book appointments. My first week or so, I made $700 and I was feeling awesome. That was the first money that had ever came into my bank account for a while. And I like genuinely believed it was real. And I can even go back like to genuinely thinking when I first started, like I was talking to another kid named Christian who's on the same offer. He was closing and I was like, yo, is this Yad guy legit? Like, is he actually gonna pay me, or I don't know what's up? Like, am I actually gonna make money off of this? I genuinely, like, I didn't think it was legit. I didn't believe in it because I had been through so much stuff online and I just wasn't making money. So I didn't really believe it. Now, when I got into it and when I got my first like $700 in my pocket, it was the best feeling in the world. I can't even explain it to you guys. It was amazing. And I followed that up a couple weeks later with like $1,000. And then a couple weeks later with $1,000. A couple weeks later, $2,000. That was my first month. March was my first month and I made like $5,800, almost $6,000. DM setting, literally texting people. Most of the time, because March 17th, and I distinctly remember this, I took my first closing call. I switched over to closing. If you guys don't know, closing's where you actually close the deal. You don't set anymore, you're actually on the call closing the deal. I switched over to closing because Christian went on a cruise and I told Dad, I was like, listen, I wanna try and take a couple calls. I took 3 calls, I closed 2 of them, which I think is a 66% closing rate, which is like very good in the industry. And it was only 3 calls, but I was very happy with it. So he let me keep taking calls, and eventually he put me on the calendar. And March, again, like I made like 6,000. Then April, it's May right now, but April, I was full-time closing. Not only for that offer with the ad, but also for other offers. And that's the month I started teaching people as well. So last month, about end of last month, I started teaching people. I started taking on students. I have like 12 students right now. Almost all of them are doing really well, and I'm really proud of every single one of them. It's a feeling that I can't describe to you guys. It's an addicting feeling when you take on a client and you see where they're at, and you see that they're desperate and they want to start making this money, and closer to the end of the month, you see them actually doing it. It's a feeling that's just unrepresentable. Like, I can't explain it to you guys. That's what I really love about doing it. But last month, long story short, I brought in a little over 15,000, which was awesome. The bad thing is it all almost went out because I spend the money that I make. Some people might call me stupid, some people might call me smart. I don't like saving money. I like spending money and then to make money. So the way I'll put it in your guys' mind is like, do you want to make 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, and you spend 2,000 every month on like stuff that you have to buy? Or make 4,000, spend 4,000, make 8,000, spend 7,000, make 10,000, spend 7,000, make 15,000, spend 10,000. Like, that's my mindset. My first month, I spent all of it, the 6K, on different programs, different mentorships, different communities. My April, which was last month, I spent 13,000 out of the 15 I made on same stuff, mentorships, communities. I bought a camera. The one that you guys are watching me on right now is like a $3,000 camera, which I bought. And then this month, first 18 days, I've already made about $20,000 just with sales, which is amazing. It's something that I couldn't, like, when I say that number in my head, like, I don't care. I don't look at it like it's a crazy number, even though it is to me. It really is. And the thing with that too is, again, like, I'm spending my money, guys. 2 days ago, I spent 4K on another mentor. Like, I always just more mentorships, investments. End of the month, I want to hit 30K. And I think that's very possible for me in my third month ever doing this. Next month is going to be, what is it going to be? Next month, June, I want to make a lot of money. I want to make like 40K, 50K, because we have something coming up soon that you guys are going to have to wait and see. But that's kind of my story. That's where I'm at right now. I'm coaching. I'm closing on 2 different offers. I used to DM set. I'm 16 years old. I turned 16 April 22nd. And that's where I'm at. I'm still in high school. I still go to school. I still have friends, bro. I still do everything that you guys do. The average 16-year-old out there, if you're watching this, like, I still do everything you do. I play 2 sports at my school. Like, I couldn't be more normal, like, 16-year-old high schooler. I do everything that you guys do. The difference is when I come home, I don't get on the Xbox. I don't scroll on TikTok. I don't lie in my bed and go to sleep. I open my computer and I take sales calls. That's the difference between us. And all you guys have to do is implement that. All you guys have to do is change that little thing, and you're gonna see the money start coming in. I don't want you guys to look at this video and be like, oh, this kid's so much different than me. He's so much smarter. I'm not. Guys, like, if I had quit after last summer, if I had quit, I had been like, I've been through these 3 things, nothing's working, I'm just gonna do what everybody else does. If I had quit, I wouldn't be sitting in front of the camera right now. I wouldn't have any money, I wouldn't have any followers, I wouldn't have shit, because I quit. And that's what I've always said is, like, the only way to guarantee that you're gonna fail is to stop doing it, or to never try doing it. I tried and I never stopped doing it, and that's why I'm here right now. Because 1 business model, 2 business model, 3 business model, boom, the 4th one actually worked. And it's not about these business models not working. I think it's about, you're gonna fail. Everybody listening to this is going to fail at some point in your life. I failed early so I could succeed early. If you want to fail late so that you can succeed late, or just fail late when you have a family depending on you and you have expenses. I don't have expenses. I can go through as many failures as I want and I can keep coming back from them, because the truth is, like, I have no expenses. That's the reason I can spend thousands and thousands and thousands every month, because I don't have expenses. That's the reason why you guys are gonna see a Rolex on my list. Thanks, Brez, for fucking giving me some advice on that. You guys are gonna see that in a few months, because I don't have any expenses, guys. Like, I can throw money around and I can bring it in at the same time. But that's the biggest piece of advice that I would have for a 15, 16-year-old me. Actually, the biggest piece of advice I would have for a 15-year-old me a year ago, and it's funny because I followed the piece of advice. It would be just keep going. Whatever happens, you just have to keep trying. And it will work at some point. Like, that's something that's, I promise you, like, it will work. You just have to keep trying and keep going and keep going. If you're 15, 16 watching this right now and you haven't started yet, start, bro. Don't sit wondering, oh, I'm gonna work at Jersey Mike's and buy a Mac and then I'm gonna start. What is wrong with you? Start right now. You're always waiting. People are always waiting for the perfect situations. They're waiting for the perfect time to start. They're waiting until they're comfortable. I don't wait until I'm comfortable. I just do it. When I spent that 4K, like, I'll be real with you guys. I've brought in over 20K this month. I spend all of it. When I spent that 4K, I had like 5K in my bank. Okay, the last 2 days I made 5K again, because it's a thing where it's a choice. Like, I wanna make some more money, I'll make some more money. So I had 5K. I didn't wait until I could make some more money and then spend it. I spent all of it and then I made more back, because that's the way that things work in this business. My back is physically against the wall right now, but mentally, when my back is against the wall, that's when I perform the best. And you guys have to realize that. If you're gonna wait for the perfect time, the perfect situation, you're gonna be comfortable, nothing will ever happen, because all you can do is, oh, I failed, it sucks. Now I can go back to what I was doing comfortably, because you're always gonna be comfortable doing that. And that's the problem, guys. Stop being comfortable, stop waiting around for the perfect moment, just start and see what happens. Your life will change. That's what I'm gonna leave you guys off with. I'm gonna start doing these almost every day. I'm 16, I'm not successful yet. I want to be successful. I want to keep doing what I'm doing right now. I want to make exponential progress, and I will. Thank you guys. Comment and let me know what I should do different next time. I'm not familiar. I've never had a camera in my life. I bought a camera and I sit in front of it and I talk to it. If there's anything I can do better, please let me know. I love fucking taking advice. Other than that though, I'll see you guys probably like tomorrow. Keep following up with my tweets. Follow me, guys.